Good morning, friends. I hope everybody had a pleasant yesterday and is ready to get into a new topic with me this morning. We're going to talk about freedoms that old age gives to you. First on our list is we're less concerned of other people's opinions of us. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't care at all what somebody thinks of you, but there isn't as much peer pressure and you know yourself as you age. And you don't really care as much what other people think about you. Or you shouldn't, unless you're a people pleaser. And that's a whole nother topic that we'll get into because I did recover from being a people pleaser. And I am so much happier once I learned that no actually is a complete sentence. You can pretty much say what you want when you're older, within reason, of course. You don't want to have Karen activity and be out of line with people or rude or inconsiderate. That's not right for anybody. And we see all the time these Karen videos and how out of control these people are. It just baffles me how anybody thinks that they're entitled to treat others that way. You know me, I always think you should be kind when able. And if you can't be kind, walk away. You also know what you like and what you dislike, and you're able to do those things or not do those things depending on your preferences. And that varies from person to person. But I don't let people talk me into doing anything I don't like anymore. And I sure don't allow them to get me to do something that I absolutely dislike. I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm okay with what I like. I'm okay with what I dislike. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and I'm okay with that also. You have to accept yourself for who you are. And once you discover who you are, it's very freeing. Also, you understand how things work. Growing up is a learning tool about how things work and how the world works and how people work. And as you get older, you gain more experience about those things. And you have different viewpoints about those things depending on your age. So, experience is everything, but it also gives you freedoms when you understand the systems around you and how to operate within them. And then you also know everything is temporary. This too shall pass. I say this all the time, especially when things aren't pleasant and or something I just can't change and I've just got to endure. And that happens to us all. So just remember the only constant in your life is change, and the secret to life is adapting to those changes. And last but not least, don't sweat the small stuff, people. I've stopped doing that a long, long time ago because there's always going to be something that you don't particularly care for, might trip your trigger, so to speak. But it's not worth getting yourself upset over. Just take a deep breath, go on to something else, and let it play out without you. That's my best advice on that. I'd really like to hear what you all think about the freedoms that you've gained as you've aged. What you like, what you don't like, what you participate in, what you just absolutely will never do again. I'd really like to know about that kind of thing. And another thing that I kind of forgot about is It's okay to have phobias because your girl has a few. Um, I have a fear of heights, and it actually gives me vertigo if I'm up too high. And people try to talk me out of that time and time again. And I have learned to just say, no, I'm not going up that mountain. I can't do it. It won't be any fun for you, and especially not for me. I have a physical reaction to it. That's how bad the phobia is. So remember, stay true to yourself and to what you want and don't want in your life. That's all freedom actually is, to be able to be yourself. And that's all we want for each other. So please like, share, comment. Please comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And subscribe so I can grow this channel and reach more people because there's so many of us all alone and I don't want anyone to be alone. So remember to be kind to yourself and to others because it only takes a moment and it doesn't cost a thing. And don't forget your little notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Thanks and bye bye.